Hello. Sorry for the hour delay. It's more so, it's um a celebration of Independence Day over here in Mexico, so had to attend to some things. Um, hello, welcome. Let's discuss what we saw yesterday in COD Next. I know several streamers, I know several YouTubers made videos over the course of yesterday, but I wanted to sit down and analyze what they told us plus the gameplay. I wanted to sit down a little bit more. I want to explore it. And oh well, where's the notes? Notes. This is what happens when you clean up stuff. All right, notes. All right, here it is. Let's start and talk about, well, not gameplay, but how it looks. The looks of it. For as much as streamers didn't know if it was an alpha, was beta, or if it was just in between, well, it still looks awesome. You know, I got no complaints about it. I got it just looks better. It looks even better than 2019. It looks crisp. Wow. The aesthetic still looks like Modern Warfare, and factions at last they return. So we don't have that my team versus the enemy team. I know it's throwing shades, but god damn it. I don't know, just feel different on the hand. So. Anyways, going back to it. So yeah, we got that. We got factions returning. The looks of the game is crisp. Everything looks on point, even if it is pre-beta or you would say alpha. But they seem like there were moments that I saw that it said alpha, and then others beta. So I don't know if there's gonna be something there. What I do know is that it looks awesome. Let's go a little bit more so on the other side of the, you know, it sounds awesome, and for the looks of many of the streamers that went, it feels awesome. It feels Modern Warfare 2019. It feels that they're at that level. That's Modern Warfare 2019, but like 2.0. Like it has the upgrades. Um, we saw their explanation of the gunsmith system. We saw with streamers how they were managing the gunsmith system with the Cinder M4. I think the other weapons were locked, so I didn't see streamers using attachments on other weapons that much. It was more so the M4 and its variations within it. But hey, they look awesome. Gameplay looks awesome, looks fluid, looks 2019, but much more fluid, not so campy. I'm not sure if it is because of the streamers, because even they said it in their videos explaining. It's like it looks like they're rushing. They're all rushing in order to get gameplay and everything. Uh, the maps, the map seems that they have a flow that it's not so much static nor campy, even in objectives. So on that regard, that's good. We saw the prisoner rescue thing. That's a game mode. Looks awesome. Looks like it's gonna be an interesting mode. I'm not sure how it's gonna play for the casual player. Why can't I talk today? I don't know. Let me drink water. Anyways, so we have seen the good stuff. We've seen the weapons, the sound of it. Even though it seemed chaotic in other streams, I saw Noah's J. It was crisp. I saw Stones. It was crisp. The sound. with other streamers, I think it's because their mic was catching the audio of others and everything. So it sounded good. In general, it sounded good from what I saw. I was not in the event, obviously, but still, it sounded good. It looks good, and all the streamers agree that it feels good if you like Modern Warfare 2019, and they seem to be having fun. We saw a lot of new equipment. I think one of the things that I saw that drill charge, that I saw it a few times, it feels almost like an IED for walls and for roofs and even for the ground. Um, if you're on the second level, you put it on the ground, someone passes by. So yeah, um, but still, it's very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting lethal equipment. We got the shock sticks again. For those that think that it's new, the shock sticks actually come from Black Ops 2. So, and there was and I am betting you that there's going to be that combo again from Black Ops 2. The shock sticks with the claymores or the proximity mine. Although over here I never saw them act like the Black Ops 2 one. I'm not sure if it's going to work that way or you literally just throw it and that's it, like a tactical throwing knife and that's it. It's not sensory that you throw it and then it's activates, and because of the we just gotta wait and see. I mean, the betas right now for the PlayStation. Uh, I run an Xbox, so no, I don't know. Um, so going back to it, I saw the gunsmith. Wow. Um, I wasn't in the impression that it's gonna be like 7 attachments because that was their brief and how the attachment sliders and everything. From the looks of it, they removed it. I'm not sure if they removed it or literally they just didn't explain to it. Um, they didn't search for it or the build doesn't allow for it. We just gotta wait on see on that. But if it is removed in a sense of way, that's a good thing. On the other hand, from 7 to 5, I would understand. The free attachment that everybody doesn't notice that Infinity Ward is giving you through the game is the receiver. The receiver's an attachment, even though it's different and everything, but it changes the core of the weaponry more so. So it's gonna be interesting to see that mechanic work and everything. So on that regard, yeah, it's good. It seems that in a sense of way, the aesthetic of the different variants with different blueprints is going to remain the same. If you have an old rusty weapon and you choose attachments that they're not rusty, at least you can actually make it that they look all rusty in that regard. So that's good. Um, we just gotta have our hands on that in order for it to explore. But leveling up weapons, attachments, actually, I'm actually happy because that's one of the things that I actually noticed while watching streams of Espresso, Ace. Then I watched it a little. I saw it on Stones. I saw it on the event. Is that every time that the weapon level up, it said the weapon it indicated had it above your screen and it says M4 level something, and in the top right corner it's signal which attachment you unlock, and you're like, that's something new. That's something that I like, that I enjoy, because sometimes when you level up weapons, when we used to, because I maxed out in all the weapons in Modern Warfare max level, is that it level up the weapon, but it never indicated what per se. I think which attachment was unlocked. I don't remember if it did. Someone tell me. But every time that I leveled up something for Vanguard in Warzone, it just like it was quick. It wasn't this. wasn't displayed because it was all chaotic. But now that it has like its little bar thing, it helps. Um, that's one of the good things. One thing that we don't know how is it going to work is the camos. Obviously, they were locked for the event and everything. We just gotta wait and see in beta if we can unlock camos. If not, or how is it going to be structured? The challenges. We saw operators that makes a return because of factions. We didn't see them customized, but the ones that were like with the Cinder, they had their red team uniform. So we saw Fair with the red team ghost thing. So Price, obviously Ghost is Ghost. So we saw the other faction. I'm hoping that they're gonna have some backstories for each. Um, Also, the backstory of how instead of Allegiance and Coalition is now Spec Gru and Cortac. So, on that sense, we just gotta wait and see through the campaign. I think how's it gonna work and everything on their backstories on the operators in general. Another thing that I saw that I liked, man, did you notice that it seems that they're listening because they added Dolphin Dive. Although I have a little issue with it, not at none of the Dolphin Dive, more so the sliding that they were saying, but it's all on the mechanic of the same uh, button. And I would have liked that if you're sprinting and you press A, you Dolphin Dive. And if you press B, you slide. It's the same mechanic that I said when rewriting Call of Duty Ghosts for multiplayer. Is that I wanted to incorporate both of them in order for them to actually have both, and you have your preference. Um, but incorporating both in one button, it's a mess because you just sprinting and pressing, and then you just want to slide cancel in a sense of way, or more so stop the slide. I understand that they wanted to stop the slide cancel because of the reset of the sprint, of the tactical sprint meter. But I would have, how to put it? I would have put A for dolphin dive. Press or hold A for dolphin dive. Hold B for sliding, and obviously you cannot dolphin dive cancel. I mean, you're not Goku nor Gohan nor yeah. So, um, but what you should have done is that instead of, if you want to cancel the slide, have it that in this, if you want to stop those reset meters, what I would have done is that I would have remained slide the same for Modern Warfare 2019. But what I would have done is that once the player gets up from the slide cancel and tries to sprint, have it a second delayed. Because in that way, the have it like a second or a few milliseconds delayed. It's like, oh, and then it takes a little bit more, like a second or a few frames in order for him to get up and in order for him to start sprinting again. And that in that regard, you can actually avoid a little bit more that slide cancel technique that everybody uses. Almost like it. At one point, I wanted to make a Mega Man joke because everybody that has played Mega Man or a Mega Man game, regardless if it is the Mega Man, the X, the Zero series, everybody dashes. There's no just walking. Everybody dashes like ta 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 ta. So it reminded me more so about the first Mega Man games. That it slided like so, like baseball. In that regard, yeah. Um. So I understand why they were doing it. It seems that I don't know how they're gonna fix that one or if it's gonna stay like that. It's just more so like Espresso said. It's just adaptability, but there's going to be impacts on it, obviously. Um, I don't know. I would have changed the button for dolphin dive to whole day, sprinting whole day, and then you dolphin dive. Sprint whole B, you slide. How to how to nerf the slide cancel? Just make it so when your operator gets up, it gets up a bit slower. 2 or 3 frames slower, or 1 second, and it cannot attack sprint immediately, like we do it in Warzone right now. That would be my solution, instead of just sprint, press B, and you slide, because many of us right now, not including myself, but I've seen that they sprint, and then when they drop shot, is like they stop sprinting, they press, and then they press again in order for them to actually drop shot you. Uh, if it is to eliminate the drop shots in that regard, maybe, I'm not sure. Many of them didn't test it. I'm assuming right now in the beta they're testing it in order to find a way to drop shot effectively. Um, so yeah, that's one thing. One thing that I saw that it's gonna create a lot of issues, and Exclusive Face said it, Espresso said it in his stream. Many also reflected that it's the perk system. I wanted to go back a little bit to Modern Warfare 2, the OG, because we need a little bit of a recap of the story of the perk system. Everybody knows that in COD 4 you had 3 tiers of perks. No, let's go back to COD 4 from the beginning of it. You had Tier 1, powerful perks. Tier 2, mid-tier powerful perks, but still mid-tier. And then you got your bottom ones. The ones that may impact, may not impact a lot. But in those of Tier 3, we had the infamous Martyrdom and Last Stand. But it was the beginning of the perk system. Then Modern Warfare 2, as properly. What did they did with the evolution of the perk system? Because they needed to get a step further. Because even in World War, when you had vehicle perks, you had your 3 perks, but you had a fourth one that was more so for vehicles. So it was still a tier list, and it still impacted. But what did Infinity War did for the evolution? Because we're going for the evolutions here. They made pro perks. A certain number of kills with the perk system, or a certain number of kills, because they associated more so because of that. Kills or destroyed kill streaks, you get pro perks. Those pro perks have more impact than normal perk, obviously. And while many liked the system, some didn't, because it had the famous Marathon Lightweight Commando knife. Well, there was no knife in the sense of way of knife as a secondary, knife as a primary. It was more so you grab a pistol, you equip it with a tactical knife. You had your 3 perks, Marathon Lightweight Commando, because Commando gives you a launch, an extra launch for knifing. Because back in the day, when you did melee, instead of meleeing with the gun, you melee with the knife. Just you were shooting, and all of a sudden, how you did that quick? I don't know, but it was those times. Anyways, um, so that was the evolution. They impacted the game more. That was the pro version. Obviously, we had pro perks for Black Ops 2, because Black Ops 2 had pro perks. I mean, how is it that the next game doesn't have pro perks? Well, they couldn't have pro perks. They could have just remained the perks system because Cold War, associated with the era and said, hey, we're not doing pro perks because pro perks is for Modern Warfare and in Cold War, well, no. But, gain continuity. Modern Warfare 3 hits, it still remains pro perks, just a little bit different in how you acquire them, challenges specifically for this certain perk. But it still was around kills. Then we hit something that we never saw or we never thought that we were considering seeing in the near future. When Black Ops 2 hits, it was out of our minds to choose two perks of the same tier or have 6 perks. And you were like, wow, that was the next evolution of the perk system. You can have 6 perks, 2 in each tier. As and you were like, wow, that's amazing. I can create several different game styles for the. I don't need to have my primary for that. And if you switch to a knife. I think you switched to a knife. You did, yeah. Regardless of, so you had that as the next evolution because there was no pro perks. There was no necessity because you can have 2 perks of the same tier. And you were like, wow, that was interesting. Then we had COD Ghost and the perk system change, and that was a la carte perks. Choose your own perks. It's gonna cost you on your points system. Silent perks, tacticals and lethal perks, attachments, pro perks. Well, the pro perks were called elite because they impacted the game more on the gunplay system. You had your health gen, you have your quickness. So there was a la carte. There was a lot of them, and you can choose and pick. The reception for that type of perk system was mixed. For me, I liked it in the sense of way that you could create like uh, a silent hunter, yeah, a silent hunter style of play, or you can create like a many would say camper, but in the sense of way because of much more so for certain maps, not so much the perk system. They could hide. I mean, I could pick a character, ghillie suit, and have the loudest perks ever, and just camp in the corner. It's just the foliage and some of the parts of ghost maps that allow for camping, but that was more so map than perk system. So in that sense, is like perk system didn't affect so much, but it was still interesting. But it all took a step backwards when Advanced Warfare returned to the 3 tier perk system that they were trying to go for the Black Ops one, but because they had the exoskeleton, they had to add another type of thing, like the exo perk or something. I don't know why. We returned to Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 returned to their model Black Ops 2. Infinite Warfare, we had the same. Uh, and it stayed a 3 tier perk, but it was still the same system from Black Ops 2. It's almost like there was no way to actually break the system. You know? Obviously, when Modern Warfare 2019 returns, and instead of a la carte, just 1, 2, 3, and that's it. 3 perks, that's all you get. You don't get like in Black Ops 2. Like, let's get back to normal in a sense of way. And then no pro perks, but at least the impact that they have right now. It's felt. There better not be another one. Anyways, So we start seeing this. And obviously, what you start to feel as a developer, because I'm understanding that at their level, is that we need to change the perk system. If we're changing Gunsmith, if we're changing how operators look and everything, you can customize them. You had two factions, you have several of them, backstory. If we're changing everything, we need to change the perk system. Hence, what they showcased us yesterday in Call of Duty Next, and we're going to see in the beta. I haven't seen gameplay right now of beta, if the perk system is same, but what we can say is that they needed to evolve the perk system. And the way that they did it is like this, two base perks that don't affect gameplay so much. You got your bonus perk that you can choose and you earn through game, and then you got your ultimate perk that you earn through game. Now, in their web sorry, I don't know why I can. In their web page, they established that bonus perk you earn in 4 minutes by doing nothing. And if you do nothing, you earn it in 4 minutes, and your ultimate perk you earn it in 8 minutes at the start of the match, counting. You can speed that up with doing objectives, with killing, uh, assisting, kill streaks. So that affects the time. That levels up the meter of which perk you can get faster. I understand why they don't like it. It makes it a little bit difficult to process, to have a gameplay like you wanted. But I see another problem. If this perk system is going to remain like this, in objective game modes, we see people that literally are kill whores. So the problem is going to become that the kill whores in objective gameplays are going to speed up in getting those and that bonus perk and that ultimate perk faster if you don't have um if you don't balance it out, because they're gonna get it faster and they're not gonna accomplish the objective, but they are gonna have their 4 perks quicker than anyone else. Uh Even the guys that play the objective. So what's it gonna so what it's also gonna create not only in objective gameplays, but also I see it in ground war and TDM and kill confirm, is the skill gap is gonna be like this, because the period of learning the map, it takes around a week to learn almost half, if not all, the maps of a game. It takes a period of 1 week or 2 weeks at the max. After that, it's game on, and it's who beats you who in which spot. So in that sense, well, we need to address the situation. Is that if it's going to be based on kills for kill modes, TDM, kill confirm, I would suggest that it stays normal. But for objective gameplay like Dom, Demolition, Search, and all of that, make it that each kill doesn't feel the meter the same way as TDM or kill confirm. Make it so that it feels a little bit less, and if you play the objective, then you can actually earn a little bit more. Or make it normal, but make it that when you play the objective, capture the flag, plant a bomb, defuse a bomb, the meter goes double of a kill. I understand the frustrations that many people won't like it, but also you gotta understand the tier system has to evolve. Also, because very strong perks you have at the beginning. We see that Ghost is an ultimate perk. We see that some of the ultimate perks are tier 1 or tier 2 from Modern Warfare 2019 that we complain a lot over the 3, well, it's going to be 3 years when they launch, but still, it's going to be in that period of time we complain about it, like nerf it or change it and everything. And this is their way of actually nerfing powerful perks, make it ultimate or make it bonus. In that sense, you because we have I saw the list. We have a lot of base perks, and you can choose two of them, and they don't impact the game so much as the bonus perks and the ultimate perks. And I understand what they're doing that way. They're trying to nerf in a way powerful perks that are in the game that you would normally had at the beginning with the 3-tier perk system. So is there a way of responding here? Here's our way of responding to this criticism or of this complaint that we have a lot with the perk system. I'm not sure how well the community is going to receive it throughout the beta, or if it's going to stay like that for Modern Warfare 2019. I do hope that it stays like this. I understand the complaints, but also understand that I think they reached the point that they're tired of 1, 2, 3 and how to organize the perks. Because even when I was doing it on my rewrite for multiplayer of Ghost, it's like, where do I put this perk? Where do I put this one? Where I put that one? And the tier 3 in the 3-tier system for perks. It's annoying in a sense of way. And in this one, at least you can actually say, hey, if we're going to introduce a perk for everyone that it's free as a DLC, it's a bonus perk, so obviously you have to earn it, or it's an ultimate perk that's going to impact the game, but you're going to earn it like in the middle of the match or maybe at the end if you're bad. But it also involves in saying, hey, you want to get good to the game because that's the motivation. You want to get good at the game, learn the maps, learn how to use your weapon, and you can get more kills or accomplish your objective in order for you to actually speed up how you get your bonus and your ultimate perk. It's like motivated player, in a sense of way passive aggressive, in order for it to actually move and stop camping. Because transitioning to the other part, the maps. The maps look great. They have their own flow. The aesthetics look clean, even though they're related obviously to the campaign. But you can see that they have their own flow, even though they have certain campy spots. But I think it was more so created for, how to put it, it was more so created for objective gameplays, obviously. Either flag, either bomb, but at least it's not campy enough in which they can hide in a corner and they're not reachable. So, on that regard, that's good. On the other hand, well, it's going to create annoying problems. But at least if you have the right setup, or that's one of the things that return. You can edit classes. Uh, yeah, strategies, feel upgrades. Moving from perk system and maps, feel upgrades. There's a lot of them this time. And one interesting one that I saw is that there's a loadout drop marker, almost like a care package one. But I like it in a sense of way because you can change your class in the same life through that. So I can have an M4 and I can have my ghost thing. And then I can just grab a second primary weapon without the cost of my two without the cost of my two base perks. Sorry, it's gonna get a little bit hard, but yeah. So on that sense, that's good. We have the portable radar returning from Modern Warfare 3, the OG one, because many people say, "Oh, that wasn't Black Ops 2." It's like, no, Black Ops 2 just did a little bit better than Modern Warfare 3, the portable radar. Now it's a feel upgrade. I kind of like it. It's more so for. I think campers are gonna have that one, but I see it more in use for the prisoner thing, or in a sense of way hardcore. Also, the camera one, kind of like that, but at least you can shoot it. Same with the portable. the DDoS. That's why the DDoS exists, the field upgrade. If you notice a camper that's using both of them or a trophy system, you just DDoS them and it's like an EMP. So you eliminate all of that. So what they did, they introduced new ones, but also the counters of it. That's that's a pretty nice way to actually counter. The one that I saw that many people had problems, the rage boost. We actually seen it in Warzone. That small box that says rage boost or adrenaline, and we have seen it in the past. It's just more so they're employing it differently. When I refer to it as we've seen it in the past, it's more so Black Ops 3, the guy with the gravity things, it had an adrenaline boost. And if you pay attention to that one, is that the adrenaline boost, what it did is speed up, get kills, and you regen faster, you use equipment faster during the duration of it, and everything. So they're using that, but we have also seen it more so in Ghost and the part of Extinction. The feral upgrade. When you throw that one, your regen is faster, you move faster, you use equipment faster, reload faster during the duration of it. Once it's gone, you return to normal. So that one. So it's almost like they're bringing it as a field upgrade in order for those who rush faster. I imagine it more people are going to pair it with quick fix as a bonus perk or have stims, but I don't think it because I never saw it so much on action. So I don't know if with each kill you can regen that meter like in Dead Silence. In Dead Silence, Dead Silence is not immediate if you actually paid attention on. Speaking of field upgrades, it's a mechanism that has to pop out, turn on, and then. So in the sense of way, it's like kind of nerf, but in the sense of way not because it still refills fully your meter with each kill. I don't know. I'm not sure how many people are gonna feel about it. I still don't understand why they want Ninja or Dead Silence as a perk when, in my experience, it hasn't helped. It doesn't help at all. Maybe against campers, but for that we have a lot. We have now as lethal the drill charge. If you know that someone is in that room camping, you just drill charge and boom, that's it. Um, I don't know. So yeah, that's you had equipment, DDoS, you have launchers, either the underbarrel or you have the launchers to launch missiles. Because one thing that I have learned dealing with campers from Modern Warfare 2019 towards now is that if they're camping in the room, even though they're using the trophy system, RPG, lethal, tactical, like you destroy first there, and then you just nail them. You throw a bunch of equipment to them, and that's the thing, because the trophy system only stops 3, so yeah. And that's why you have the munitions box with you, also. But since they have the DDoS in order to DDoS you, as a small EMP, activate that, use the rocket or use a lethal, or you can use the drill charge. DDoS, drill charge, or however, So, in general, speaking of the game modes, because we talk a little bit about the maps, not bad. Not bad. I saw a little bit of Invasion, 20 versus 20. That's it's pretty fluent, even though it's kind of a big map, for ground war and everything. But it feels fluent. Maybe they were trying to make it fluid because streamers getting gameplay, but it seems nice. The ground war matches that I saw with Expresso and even on the stream of Call of Duty and other content creators is there's they're pretty good. I saw what Stone is like. Stone was like, "What? I'm in chopper." They evolve ground war in a sense of way of vehicles and how you spawn because now you can spawn on enemy territory just far away in order for you to get in order for you to represent. Hey, I spawn far away off this enemy territory, but I can take it. That's a good thing because it allows. Here's the thing with the original ground war. Well, not the OG 9 versus 9, but more so the 2019 one, is that if enemies took a sector, you can only spawn either in HQ or in the only taken sector, and didn't allow you to actually spawn on the enemy territory. And in this one, it's like they learn and let you spawn in enemy territory, but far away. Obviously, if you're friendly, you spawn within the territory, but if you're enemy, you spawn outside, and then you have to run to take it. That's a very nice way to actually make more gameplay, last it longer, have a little bit more fun, if not more so the competitive side, of winning the match. Uh, that's a very nice touch. They changed the APC, even though it says APC, that's a striker. That's kind of an APC, but it's not. But I understand. So the tank, even though there's a Bradley there, but I saw that they had an Abrahams, a heavy tank, you can call it. But I saw it, the Abraham. So that's nice. Have two variations: light tank, heavy tank, Bradley, Abrahams. Even though the striker is kind of an APC, but it's a non-APC. But I don't consider it more sort of APC just because it has the 105 variant in real life. But regardless of, looks good. Uh, let's touch the big one. We saw gameplay of Warzone 2.0 on Alpha State. I think everybody is going to have a hard time learning the mechanics if some of them are going to stay. But I want to make a video of it on itself. Because even though I have the information here and everything, but I need to watch it again. Even though it's an alpha, I need to not only showcase what's good, what's bad, how we can fix it, and propositions for it. Even though they might have it almost finished because they said it's going to be in November 16. So it's almost like they're giving you 2 weeks to actually level up your weapons fast, create enough loadout in order for them to launch Warzone 2.0. So in that regard, it's going to be chaotic. I hope they have plunders. I saw in the trailer of Warzone 2.0 that even though in the alpha they played trios, but I saw 5 people jumping together, and that's going to be an interesting one. So, anyways, so Warzone 2.0 is going to be a video of itself. Another stream, I think a quick one tomorrow, in order for us to actually talk about it and everything. In the meantime, stay safe, take care of yourself, your loved ones. Overall, such in general of what I saw and what I saw the reaction of streamers and everything, it has mixed reviews so far. Modern Warfare 2, but I think I'm inclined more so to the positive side than the cons, because some of the cons I understand it, and I like the perk system. They had to evolve the perk system somehow. They had to nerf some perks somehow, so that was their way of actually nerfing those powerful perks, make it ultimate or bonuses. Um, the new gunsmith system, I understand that they returned to 5. I would have been okay if they stayed with 7. Uh, just a middle ground over there between Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard. Um, in that sense, one thing that I know that they're saying me not to say it, but you know what I want to say. But in the meantime, stay safe, take care of yourself, loved ones. Tomorrow we're gonna stream about Warzone 2.0 Alpha that we saw because it was Alpha or Beta, I don't know. Uh, and still, it was there. It's not the final product, but we still need to talk about it: pros, cons, what they can fix, what they can add, because it's a topic of its own. So until then, big trust.